Thank you for joining us for another episode of Cultural Arts Talks. In this episode, we have Matt Pladsri. All right, so today we're gonna talk about Matt's story, and he's got a pretty extensive one today. So let's go ahead and get started. Matt, growing up here in America, how did you get into Thai music?
So actually, I didn't get into Thai music here in America. I did see a lot of people like kind of first get into it at the temple at the Buddhist Center of Dallas. At the time, it wasn't called Buddhist Center of Dallas, though. We just called it Wat Dallas. But it wasn't until we went to Thailand. So I was kind of backtracking. There was a group of us that were students at the temple at Wat Dallas, and we would do trips to Thailand.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, during the time, I think it was our first trip. So we went to Thailand, and we went to a school called Thepsalin School, and that school is it's an all boys school, and it's kind of an academy, and they have like music there. I don't know what else they have there because I've only been been around the music department, but yeah, so they're like hardcore, like you have to try out to get in.
I see. So it's pretty strict. So is it like a kind of a boot camp kind of thing?
In a way, to me it's kind of a like here, like kind of like private schools here. You have to try out to get in, and then once you're in, and I don't know the exact age. I think it's like middle school. Like you try out. It could be during high school, but I've seen like really like the age range of people is really like. It looks like sixth graders to and then you eventually graduate from there. But so yeah, we had an opportunity to go and like hang out there and rehearse with them. But at the time, I wasn't a musician. I was just there because I was like a student.
I see.
Yeah, just like learning language. And when I got there, the head instructor came up to me and says, "We need someone to play." I don't know if you ever seen those gongs called the mong.
I think I have.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he needs someone to play the mong, which is very easy. I mean, all you do is every time the ching or the Thai cymbals, every time you hear it, so go chop for the second time, you just play mong. That's it.
Okay, I see. So is it the thing you hold up and you kind of do
Yeah,
this?
that's the one version of it. So and
That's
then
one
there's
of
the
the
sitting
versions.
one where it's like already.
Oh.
Yeah, and on like they already have something like kind of hanging from something, and you just kind of hit it.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so he asked me. So at first he goes, "I need someone to play mong." He grabs me, and I didn't like that at all. So I immediately was unhappy. I was like, "No, I'm not playing."
No, I'm not gonna do it.
But then my mom really wanted me to do it, but I just refused. Because I didn't think about music at the time. I wanted to growing up. I wanted to be a tennis player. I wanted to play basketball. I was all about I was about sports.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so, but eventually I gave in just because my mom just really wanted me to do it. And also my friends did too, because all of them played music. So I was like, you know what, fine. So I went in there and then I played Hmong. I rehearsed with them. We rehearsed, I think, a few days at the Thepsalin School. And what I didn't know was I didn't know what we were rehearsing for. That was the thing. I just knew they wanted us to play.
I
So
see.
yeah, so it ended up being we were rehearsing for it wasn't an event, it was a recording at in Thailand, Channel 5 is considered one of the major channels in the nation. So yeah, we were rehearsing for to be recorded like live, like there.
Gotcha. So you were on television while being recorded then?
Yeah, so I was my very first performance ever was on national
Channel
television in Channel 5 in Thailand.
Wow.
So that's how I got into it. It wasn't as smooth as people think.
I feel. So what did you end up playing, and how did you feel like? And you knew that you were on television, yeah?
Yeah, once we got to the studio, then like I started realizing I'm like this is kind of a big because I knew it was an event. Or just I thought that's what I thought. I thought it was just like a festival, or not a festival, but just some type of event, and I didn't know any better because like I said, I wasn't trying to play. I just kind of forced into it, and we get there, we get to the studios, and I see celebrities, Thai celebrities, kind of walking around in there,
Wow.
and I'm like. I'm like, okay, this is weird. Like, and I don't normally watch, like at the time when I was younger, I don't really watch anything like Thai like movies or TV or anything like that. But there was a few that I recognized from the ones that my mom watched.
Right.
Yeah, and I saw him, and people were just taking photos with him too, and I'm like,
Oh, wow.
him and he had some actors too, actors and actresses, and yeah, so I. Then we get into the recording studio, and then we're dressing up like in traditional clothes. And first time I've ever dressed up in traditional clothes.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so the way my start happened was just getting thrown into the wolves real quickly, and then but I will say the moment like when we were like actually like doing it and being recorded in the studio, like I don't know, it was this feeling of like this is kind of cool.
Yeah, that does seem
kinda cool.
exciting, but like at the same time, it's like that would make me extremely nervous.
I think I was too, but I felt very prepared because I mean we
Okay,
rehearsed
yeah.
quite a bit, and yeah, we rehearsed quite a bit, and I don't know, I just felt like I was because I was clearly like the newbie, the rookie, and all that.
rookie.
So I think I wasn't nervous because I felt like I trusted everyone else to help me if something happened. You know, like it's suppose I missed a beat or something, missing missing something like that, and I feel like everyone else had it way more difficult. So I felt like I was like for me like it's the last thing like they had to worry about was me screwing up. So so yeah, it wasn't too bad, but yeah, it was just really cool and setting the bar really high for just
For your
performances.
First performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow, that's incredible. Like just being thrown out there for your first performance and on television,
Yeah.
being recorded.
Yeah, it was something.
That so with that, like why does Thai music in general mean so much to you? What sparked that development?
For me, it wasn't just really about Thai music, but it was more of the idea of like being a Thai person. In all honesty, being a Thai person, we don't have that much compared to other like Asian groups that we're known for.
Right.
You know, like suppose we wanted to like lean on something to, like if I think like Koreans, you know, like they want to if you want to lean on something like K-pop, you know, that's so
Yeah,
famous.
It's so famous. Yeah.
And like for someone like me who's Thai mixed with Chinese too, and I don't look Thai for a lot of people, and sometimes some people would think I'm Korean. They're like, you know, you should go do K-pop or something like that. Like, it's just the idea of like, I would love to do. It's like I would love to be known for things for who I am. You know, like I was born as a Thai person. You know, so why can't I develop more as a Thai person?
Right.
So it wasn't just music, but just in general, anything I thought I saw potential that I can do. Because I mean, I've done stage combat before, like traditional martial arts, and I've done dance before too. And so just kind of overall, just wanting to have a better understanding of being a Thai person. One of the main people that I watch, like in terms of like Thai people, right? Like we don't have any like Thai celebrities here that we really can look at. But when Ong Bak came out, when Tony Jaa, and knowing that he's a Thai person, I'm like, oh my god, like you know, like the idea of like of all this is like, okay, well, how he made it cool to be Thai.
Right.
You know, he made it so cool, and I was like, oh man, like this is cool, and I wonder if like, you know, how do I make it cool for to be Thai? You know, that's kind of you know, and I mean, most people love like our, you know, our islands and our food and all that stuff, and but I don't know, I feel like there's just
really
much
all
more.
they think about.
Yeah, there's much more to it and stuff. So and I felt like especially being a musician, we're just extremely underrated. You know, we're not seen as much. You know, even in traditional like world, you know, like everyone looks at dance. So
Right.
So yeah, so I think music has always been, because of that. I just been leaning towards music and just wanting to bring value, like, you know, to people when they get to hear us.
I feel like you are one of the few people who actually know how to deliver Thai music in a way to where people understand. Would you agree?
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah. I think I try my best. I think my big thing is paying attention to who I'm performing to.
Gotcha.
And kind of looking at seeing what type of vibes I'm trying to give them, and what type of because I think when you have such an underrated culture like this, and like just something like music and all that, is we have so much responsibility. You know, this might, I tell my musicians that like this a lot. I tell them we've probably played this song or many songs 100 times, but this might be the very first time someone hears it.
That's true.
And
That's true.
it can, how they view us is depend on how responsible we're going to be on how we play things.
True. And just might resonate with them. That just sparks their curiosity and like, oh, do you have more of this? Like, where can I hear more? Like, what does this mean?
Yeah. Sure. Just creating discussion alone is already that's all I ask for. If you just have people wonder and then to want to ask questions, that's I mean, because I can't control what they think necessarily, but I can at least do the best I can to see if I can open that door for them of curiosity to see what is this.
So right now, what instrument is your main instrument that you usually go to? What's your go-to instrument?
My go-to one would be it's called a sa'u. So it's a string instrument with a lower sound.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So for Thai instruments, the term for strings is saw.
Saw.
Yeah. So mine is called sa'u, and then there's a higher string called saduang. And then there's ones with 3 strings that's called saw samsai.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm trained in sa'u and so sa'u is my main instrument. I'm also trained in saduang, and then I've learned the saw samsai, but I'm not as proficient as I need to be.
I know that one's difficult.
It's pretty difficult, but yeah. And then I'm also decently trained in drums too. So
very cool. Going back with the saw, like, is there another international instrument you could compare that to?
With the sa'u, I would kind of say viola. Yeah, and then the saduang would be kind of like a violin. I guess that's the best way I would compare it.
Because of the strings and whatnot.
It would be more about the sound, with the saduang being a higher pitch.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Is it similar to like the Chinese erhu as well?
Oh yeah, very similar. I say that one would be kind of right in terms of sounds, like right in between the saduang and the sa'u. In terms of
I
sound.
see. Okay.
At least from when I played it before, it seemed that way. But yeah, I'm not that great at it.
Gotcha. Very cool. So you kind of filtered around with drums a little bit. So I've seen you play drums before, and you enjoy it a lot. It looks like it's pretty fun.
I love drums like that. So long story short, I actually, like I said, when I was forced to play instruments at the time, the drums, that same teacher actually, once I already was playing, like training with him and stuff, I actually begged him to teach me drums.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what it was, but I saw him playing drums. I was like, it'd be so cool to learn that. Yeah. And I don't know, I just felt like I begged him, and he was cool with it. So yeah, once I got my just my foot in the door with learning it, and then I just haven't stopped since. And I still play drums just as much as I play strings. Sometimes more than strings at this point.
Gotcha.
It's whatever they need me.
I see. Very cool. But it is really something. Like when I see you play drums, it really pops. It really stands out. It's fun to see you play it. That's for sure.
Appreciate it.
So you had your trips to Thailand when you were younger, and I would imagine you took some really challenging training when you were there. Which would you say your most challenging training sessions over there? What were they like, and what was that experience like?
I would say, in terms of training in Thailand, I'd say my most challenging training, like times when I was like training, was actually here.
Oh yeah.
It was because of that same teacher. I'll give a shout out to him. His name is Achanaton. He's from Thailand. He's the head master at the Tipslin school. And yeah, so he the Wat Dallas program at the time was able to bring him to Wat Dallas so we can train with him. So that's where I spent most of my time with him. So in terms of the most challenging one, honestly, all of our rehearsals were challenging to me, to be honest. But one that stands out right now, thinking about it, So when I first learned strings, when I first learned a saw, I learned everything by notes. So I became just really good at sight reading.
Gotcha.
And I mean he was not just sight reading, but just like yeah, anything with notes, I got it. Like there's you can't. But then this is where it got this. I don't know. This is the one that sticks to my mind the most. But the moment he decided, Matt, you're no longer gonna learn with notes. So he took notes away completely.
Oh.
And he would play a section, and I had to repeat it. So now I have to train ears.
Ear training.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
now I'm trying to get perfect pitch.
Uh-huh.
So now he's like, okay, now I'm gonna play 4 notes, and you got to repeat those 4 notes. So I'm like, I think it's because he saw how comfortable I was getting.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, okay, now you got to be able to do this. So he took So once he started doing that, I don't think I got to see notes for at least like 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so everything just went by ear, and then he'll like once I learned the song like fully, then he'll give me the notes so I can like read it later.
Kind of see and follow along to where everything's at. Wow, that's
So yeah, I think the challenge was the moment we switched from that to from notes to just playing like learning it by ear, and then the next another one I would say is also just making me switch instruments.
Wow.
Because so yes, I did learn Saduong too, but not by choice. So he randomly says, Matt, these next few months you're not gonna play Sau, and I was like, okay, and I was like hoping I was play more drums. 'Cause by that time I was already asking him for drums, and I was already learning a little bit. And he goes, no, you're gonna actually play. You'll still learn drums, but you gotta play Saduong. I'm like, okay. It won't be too bad, and it wasn't too bad, but it was pretty challenging. But then when I got better at that, he says, Matt, you're not going to play Saduong, you're going to play Ching, you're going to play the cymbals.
Oh yeah, and
then it was kind of like the way he was developing me. It was really cool. It was just like it was just my pitch was getting better, my rhythm was getting better, and just never being in comfortable positions, just constantly just growing and learning. So by the time I got to play Saul again, I felt like I got better.
So you were more locked in, you felt like.
Yeah, I just felt like I've been so uncomfortable for so long, like as I was learning. By the time I went back to my quote unquote like comfort instrument, my Saul and stuff, like learning songs was just so easy.
Wow. Yeah.
Like for me, like I can sight read, learn, and like I can go back to sight reading and learning songs within like 30 or so minutes. I could and I can follow along by ear. I felt like I was able to see the notes without actually seeing the notes, if that makes sense. Like I knew how everything was structured, and honestly, I feel like that was probably one of the greatest things, because I feel like it translated to now when I have to teach someone a song. So.
Wow, that's incredible, and like I just keep thinking back that he took away notes from you for 2 years.
Now, remember, I was only like 12 or 13 at the time. Jeez. So I wasn't like some grown like dude learning. Like I was still really young. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did seem difficult.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But I love it. I don't regret any of it. It's probably one of the greatest things he did for me. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was more. I actually appreciated more that he believed in me enough to put me through that.
So true. Was there anything at all that you did regret in your music career, though? Is there anything you would change, if anything?
To be honest, I don't think so.
Oh yeah.
I can't think of anything I would change. I think everything worked out exactly how it should have. I mean, because even for me, like I took when I went to college, I took so college 4 years, and then 2 years I didn't play after that. So almost a 6-year break.
Okay.
So I didn't play for 6 years, but
I see.
I was trained enough to like once I got back into it, I was right back to where I started. I like, even if I want to think about like that, if I was like, I wouldn't say regret, but like when you asked me that question, I thought about that, like how would it have been if I didn't like take time off. But even I think taking time off was a good thing for me.
Okay, yeah.
It was so much. That. Yeah, I felt like there was so much more about me as a person that I needed to develop, and because at the end of the day, I mean, it brought me back to it, and I don't think I have anything I regret at all.
I see. And during your time off, when you're off in college, did you take any music theory, any ear training? You didn't take any music at all.
No, yeah, I had like
You were completely away from
yeah,
music.
completely.
Then. Wow.
Yeah,
I see.
Didn't even listen to it. No, nothing. Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, it was crazy.
So that was a real break. That was a real break then.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, and honestly, and the reason why I don't regret that time because like that time taking a break because like when I took that break, like it wasn't just me, it was like a lot of us from the temple. Like we all like just kind of went to college and kind of we all left so instantly like all so many of us. So it to me it was more the fact I came back was more of a testament that I was really going to truly be involved if I was going to come back. Like I came back for a reason, and I know there was just so much more I felt like I needed to understand for myself as a person, and just other priorities in life too. I just had to, like I said, I wanted to play sports too, so
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I was at the time I was training to be a tennis player and try to play for college, which didn't work out for me. But I was a one-star recruit though. At least I was recruited. But
Shoot. Due to your size, by the way, like people can tell you're into fitness. Like, do you get people like kind of shocked that you play a stringed instrument? Like, I can understand drums. You play a stringed instrument.
People are just shocked I play music at all.
Music
like,
at all.
I've
yeah.
had one person who even thought like she made this one joke. She's like, "You play Thai music? If I had to guess, you look more like a rapper." I was like, "Really?" I was like, "I look like a rapper," but yeah, but no, actually in the Thai music like environment, or just like with like all the people who are musicians and even dancers, yeah, a lot of them think I'm like a percussionist, like a pitch percussionist, like a Lanatic or something like that.
Yeah, that's very stereotypically a thing. Yeah,
So people really get really surprised when they hear I play strings.
Strings of all things. Yeah.
Yeah, so especially Saul, not even just like Saduan, but like Saul too. Like that's more of a we're like way more low key and stuff. But when people get to know me, I mean that kind of is my personality though. I'm way more low key. Like I don't feel like I have to like stand out or like
For sure.
I don't care about being like in the spotlight. I just care more about do we all sound good or not.
So true.
So, and that's actually why I love drums so much, because then when I play too, when I play drums, I make certain decisions so the group can benefit. Like I might try to do certain things to make certain parts of the last few notes stand out, or the last measure, or like just things I listen to what's going on. Or if I'm playing drums for dance, I'm trying to see what movements they do. So if there's anything I can do to enhance what's already going on. So that's my mentality. I don't care about the spotlight. I really don't.
And as of right now, you're pretty much a veteran in traditional Thai music right now. So you can kind of see the nuances and what can be improved and what can be better tweaked for what situation you're trying to apply it to.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's really cool. Did you have to go through any struggles in life that in turn kind of motivated you to keep going?
I feel like it's a constant thing. I feel like nothing. I don't think anything ever comes easy.
Of course,
But I see it as opportunity. I don't mind the struggle. I don't mind to have to work hard. I don't know. I feel like I think discipline is what drives me more than motivation. Like I get motivated by the idea that there's more that I can keep doing. I don't know. I mean, kind of like what you were saying before about me being you mentioned me being a veteran and stuff, but honestly, I still feel like a student.
I see.
Like I feel like even if I lead a Thai music group and stuff, I still feel like there's so much more I can learn, and so much. I mean, and the group is, especially my Lanai players, those two, they're just getting so good to where like I have to I can't let them I'll get left behind if they get too good and stuff. But no, it's I guess I'm in short, to answer it, I would say I'm most motivated by progression.
I see.
Yeah, if I know there's ways to progress, there's more we can do, then yeah, that keeps me excited, and I'm willing to work and do whatever I can.
Fantastic. Heck yeah. What are some of your favorite Thai traditional songs?
Lano Dok Mai,
Gotcha.
to Sum, yeah, to go for Sum. I love that. Yeah, just that fast part, and I mean, just how it starts slow. It starts like I just think it tells an amazing story. It's very it like the mood is so different. You start playing that song, and people are like, it gives you a really nice feeling, and then when it gets fast, like, okay, hold on now, they shows off our skills a little bit, but yeah, I love Lao Dok Mai, Ok Sum, and I would say Labam Lopbuli is it's one of my favorites. So that one, especially when I play drums, I love playing drums on that one. But yeah, even there's still so much I can learn on that one too. Like I'm supposed to be learning new like a new rhythm for the drums pretty soon too. So I'm excited to do that. But yeah, those two would be my top two. But yeah, there's a time and place for every song though, in my opinion. I think
True.
sometimes if you want to go as simple as a slower, nice La Dong Dun, or
Right.
to us it might be a little more basic, but I feel like every song has its purpose, and just a matter of how there's how much more you can put into it as a musician.
Right.
So
Even if you played it for quite a while, there's always something you can add to it and
yeah, La Dong Dun.
improve on.
Actually, La Dong Dun was actually my first song.
Gotcha.
Yeah, my very first song.
Man, and it's really well known too. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's-
yeah. So yeah, don't mess that song up. Everyone will know.
Gotcha. What are some celebrities you look up to?
The late great Kobe Bryant,
Yeah.
and
course,
I'd say
yeah.
Dwayne Johnson would be another one. I think those are the two I can think of right now. But I mean, there's so many celebrities out there that I mean, the way they present themselves. I mean, I may not ever get to know them, but I mean, what they bring to the world. I mean, there's a lot that I feel like I've learned and I've been inspired when I see them.
It was crazy because we were performing and Kobe Bryant passed.
Yeah, it was in January. Yeah, we had. I just came back from Thailand, and we had and you drove all the way here to Dallas to help me perform, and yeah, in the middle of our break, right before our second set, everyone's phone's going off, and then we see Kobe Bryant passed, and I was like, what? Like I just remember when I saw that, the first thing I thought of was like I don't know. It was I switched into like I can't worry about this right now. Like I have a job to do still, and then I'm gonna address this later privately. Like I'm gonna emotionally address this later. But yeah, I was
Yeah, that hit hard.
Yeah.
That hit hard. So you've recently been back to Thailand a couple years ago.
yeah.
What have you discovered on that trip there? What have you learned, and what did you pick up when you were there?
For me, going there, it was just more about I just never lived there as an adult, like as in like just being older, and also I never got to it was like because I stayed there for about a year, and it was more I just need to see the culture like over like it's everything, honestly. Like it was not even just about like Thai music, but just kind of everything. And and of course a lot of things like family related to. I missed out on a lot of like my cousins growing up and all that.
I see.
But but there was just so much. It felt like to me, I felt like if I was gonna enhance anything about like anything Thai traditional, like anything music, traditional martial arts, even Muay Thai, because I got to train that when I was there too. Just any of that stuff, I feel like that was the right place. That was if I was to do it, do it at the source itself.
At the source.
Yeah. So it was oh man, the amount of things I picked up it was cool to see how like what I've noticed is that so many people there are born into a lot of the stuff they're into, whether it's Muay Thai, whether it's music, dance, all
Right.
that stuff. So many of them are born into it, and me not being born into it. It was more, the trip was more about where's my place now, you know, what do I, like, why am I, it really was like a why am I still doing this type thing, you know, because I've done by that time when I went to Thailand, I've already done about almost 10 years of like, 10 years? No, it wouldn't be 10 years yet, but it's like probably like 7 years of like helping out and like, you know, doing music at the temple and all, and like performing at the temple. And this is post college too. So
Post college.
yeah. So post college, many years of temple already. And then I just want to know, okay, for me, like what's next now? You know, things started getting very repetitive, and I wasn't okay with that. And I wanted to see what was just really what was next. And I was like, okay, let's go there. Let's find out. Let's see what I can learn. Let's see, and especially with traditional arts too, it's so sacred. There's so many things that I just need to be more educated in. Because if you can't just go and be like, you know, I'm gonna do this, then this, and it's like you gotta. There's things, you know, out of respect for the art, you gotta learn a lot of this stuff too. And then, it's difficult to learn that stuff in a place like Dallas. Our Thai community is not in terms of like the bigger cities. We're not nearly as big as like in LA or anything.
Right.
So I didn't have that many resources. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just go to Thailand.
Let's go to Thailand.
Let's go to Thailand. Let's do
Feel it.
So yeah.
Gotcha. So you met some pretty cool people when you were there as well.
Yeah, yeah. We got to I got to play for at some temples.
Oh wow, yeah.
And I got to do a short film, just
Nice.
involving Thai traditional arts or just Thai music. And I have to give a shout out to Moss, Dala, and Fon for helping me out with that, and all the other people that helped out too. But especially those three to be like the quote unquote like main characters for me, and to tell that story. And then, we won and got selected for quite a bit of film festivals there too. And then you helped out with the with the score. You
did a little bit in the score.
Yeah, you got an award for that. So give yourself some props for that. Yeah, that was when we first worked together. So
no, that was fun. It was Sounds of Four.
Yeah, Sounds of Four. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, shout out to them. They like taught me a lot. Just seeing how it's amazing seeing how like they're on such a different level in Thailand. Like from like like I said, so many of them are like born into it. So it was cool to see where I was at compared to where they are at. And it's not like about like comparison better and stuff, but it was just, you know, it was nice to see that these people I can learn so much from. And I think I'm older than all three of them actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think I mean not by that much. For one, maybe I'm older by quite a bit, but yeah, the other two. But yeah, there's so much. And so it was cool to like just get to know them and pick their brains about things, and then and them being so like they were so nice and so supportive on just like, you know, the angles on like when I want to be creative, you know, and some people, there are people who I'm able to ask like, okay, is this a good idea? Like, is this a bad idea? You know, is this respectful? Is this disrespectful? I don't know.
Right. So. When you got back from Thailand, what projects have you started working on from your experience in Thailand?
Well, unfortunately, once I got back, COVID hit. COVID just messed everything up. But no, I mean, I did what I could. But yeah, at first I tried to create this music group, right? Like it was like right before COVID. I got back, tried to create a music group, and then COVID hit. So everything was just, I was like, okay, well, let me, you know, I didn't scratch the idea, but let me hold on to that. You know, maybe one day it'll happen. And then, then I had the idea that luckily you got to be a part of too. But yeah, I got to do a quarantine, like at home, like online, like
a little collage video. We did a couple of those.
Yeah, I think we did 2 of those, and that was cool too, seeing how many people, like, it was actually amazing seeing how many people were willing to be involved with that, because like that's the part that I always get kind of I'm not saying I get scared of it, but I don't want to waste anyone's time, you know. So and ideas can sometimes sound crazy, and I'm willing to go through whatever I can to make it happen. Like, I mean, especially with them, the time difference, I'm like, all right, I'm staying up or I'm waking up really early so I can talk to them, see if I can get their files and make it work.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that was another way to also get to know more people and ask and just learn from them. So yeah, I got to do that. And then right when that was done, I tried to do a few projects here and there that just didn't work out. And then eventually led to my music group that I finally created called Three Visions.
Three Visions.
Yeah. So when we finally formed that, and that took some time too, just trying to figure out the direction and what we were gonna do with that, and how I was gonna be able to just even, because it was like forming it wasn't the hard part, but then the hard part was there any longevity in it? Like,
Right,
you know,
right.
like it's like what happens with this group? You know, is it going to live and die with me, or are we going to be much more than? And then I want us, I want to set things up to where like whatever I create, I want it to live on past me. You know, if something happens to me, it's still there.
It's still there.
Yeah, or it can grow, or you know, even if it doesn't work, you know, I just knew that I want to make things that are beyond myself, bigger than myself.
Gotcha. And with Three Visions music, you guys did some performances at a few restaurants. Which are some of your most favorite places you've performed at?
My most recent one actually was at Toridori.
Toridori.
Was one of my shout out to Sylvia for that. Toridori, that was one of my favorite ones. Just because it was the first, like I think one of the first times we got to just be away from like the Thai community, and just have other, and just to see the amount of people that showed up, that was, and just like whether it was like Thai people or just like my own friends or my sister's friends that showed up too, and that was so fun, and it really felt like it was gonna be like fresh eyes for this. I'm trying to think some other ones I enjoyed. I enjoyed like most of them. They all had. I mean, I always enjoy Asian Mint. Asian Mint, and I give props to them. P. Nikki, she was supporting me from the very beginning when all this was just an idea. And she gave me and she gave the group an like before it was even officially the group stuff. She gave us opportunity, and she did everything she could to help me figure out a direction on how to grow this and all that. And
So cool.
yeah, and I like her, and I gotta give shout out to Pitan too, her husband. Both of them just amazing people, and always asking the right questions on, and just always checking in too, just and always letting me know when like if there's opportunity to grow with them, or just things that I could when to collaborate and all that. So yeah, no, I love them to death. I couldn't do without them, honestly.
Fantastic,
They gave me the start that I felt like I needed, and
Gotcha.
and I don't feel like not everyone gets the opportunity to have someone come give you a start like that.
True.
And I think I'm more than blessed today.
Glad. I'm glad. Very cool. So as it is right now, what are you doing right now to help preserve the existence of Thai music for the future? We got Three Visions music, which is a good propeller for that. Is there anything else, any other projects that you're working on to try to strengthen that?
I see what you're doing, because I do have projects, but I haven't revealed a lot of these things, and
Gotcha.
even to you, I haven't revealed it.
Right.
But it's okay. No, not now saying it out loud is gonna have to put pressure on me to do it. But well, before all that, one of the major things, honestly, is just more collaborations.
More collaborations.
I think the more we like Thai people, and just whether you're a musician or dancer or anything, the more we work together, the more we share our networks, the more we can just get ourselves out there, like, and just unite a little more. Because I look at like Korean people, Filipinos, and stuff. Like they do such a great job, just really just supporting each other and bringing each other up with things like that. And I think and I'm not saying this is talk. I'm speaking in the perspective of someone who living in Dallas. I don't. L.A. might be a little different.
Right.
New York might be a little different. Houston might be a little different. But in here in Dallas, it's much smaller. It's not as it's not. I'm not saying it's tiny compared. Like it's still a big city. It still has quite a bit. Yeah, but I would say more of the collaborations that we can do like outside of where we are. Like I feel like I've done so much here in Dallas, like at least the temple, especially too. If I can expand outside the temple, the more I can expand outside the temple, the more I can expand outside the Thai community, the more I can expand outside, just the city and others, and just to see. I think, and also just to keep creating more, just more projects. Like whenever I have a crazy idea, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's try to do it and stuff.
So I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit. We did an LA trip. You invited me to go to LA with Jeffrey as well. So what were your favorite moments from that trip?
Oh man, that was probably one of the greatest trips I've had in a while. What was it? I enjoyed every part of it. Besides the fact it was cold that time. Oh, yeah. Well, at night, that night, yeah, they had some nights where it was kind of cold, but
it was chilly.
But my favorite part, it's hard to say. It's it's rare that I can say it was like a perfect trip. But I mean the food.
Oh my god.
The food, yeah, that was amazing. But I'd say my favorite part honestly was really just meeting everyone.
Yeah.
Seeing a completely different group of people who do what we do, and just getting their perspective on things, and learning from them. They're just as experienced, maybe even more experienced than I am. Getting to go to UCLA, not just the temple, but UCLA too. Yeah. Getting to meet P. Sherry. She amazing, more than welcoming
She's so
to us.
Fun and nice.
And then getting to see their temple too and see how things are there. It's hard to say. It's really difficult to pick one thing, but overall that was just an amazing trip.
Yeah. I wish I was there a little longer.
I tried to peer pressure you.
Yeah, you did.
I tried to peer pressure you all night. I constantly when y'all are watching this, I'm gonna go on record. I try to force Curran probably like I think every hour I was like, you should stay longer. You should stay longer.
This is true. This is true, though. Yeah. If I have any regrets, that would be it. Me not staying longer. That is my regret.
All it means is we gotta go back. That's all I know.
Oh yeah, we definitely gotta go back.
We gotta go back.
All right, so we are coming to the end of our interview. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask you some random questions here.
Okay.
Any instruments you would like to learn?
I'm currently trying to learn Lanat right now,
Gotcha.
so I think that would be my pick. I've been trying to learn it for the past
I think
few
you're
years.
doing great, actually.
I'm doing okay. It's not as good as some. I can be better. I can be a lot better.
Feel it though. So, what is your favorite sport, and how competitive are you?
Tennis. Tennis is my favorite sport. I'm extremely competitive. Not just in sports, just everything.
Just everything, yeah.
And I think it's okay to be competitive.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's definitely okay. It's not okay to be a sore loser, though.
Do you collect anything?
I collect watches and socks, like long socks.
Gotcha. All right, what is your MBTI type?
ESTJ.
Okay. Gotcha. Can anyone tell? Gotcha. All right, what are your favorite animes?
Oh, definitely Naruto.
Oh yeah.
Naruto, Attack on Titan.
Oh shoot, yeah.
Oh my god, I'm on the spot, I'm like blanking. Jujutsu Kaisen, love that one a lot. Cowboy Bebop.
Oh yeah.
Death Note. I knew I was gonna forget a big one. Death Note, My Hero Academia.
Nice.
Yeah, there's quite a bit, but yeah, those are I say those are my top ones right now. If I forget some, I'm sorry, but yeah.
Your opinion on Dragon Ball Super?
Super? I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, would you ever skydive? I
feel like
no.
No. Hell no.
No, me neither. And yeah, you couldn't pay me enough to do that.
I don't see the reason. I don't see any reason for it.
I see people get a thrill from it, but like, like.
How much does it cost? Is it expensive?
I don't know actually.
See, even the cost, like if it is, like I can have a better time going to get food or something. I don't know, get some good food.
Yes, for sure. But this is what my dad always told me though. If your parachute doesn't work, you can always take it back.
Yeah, man. Anyway, so yeah, it's something I will never do. Skydive.
All right. So there's a lot of different types of rice. Which is your favorite?
Sticky rice.
Sticky rice?
Yeah,
Like
hands
you
down.
with like mango or something.
Any sticky rice.
Any sticky rice.
Yeah.
All right, you can only pick between these 3 food items: kimchi, somtam, or sushi.
Oh, sushi. That's
That's not even a contest.
yeah. I love sushi. That's rough.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
I love chocolate.
No, it's just too vanilla.
I like vanilla too, but I
You can always add to it though.
What's up?
You can always add to it.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, I like chocolate more, way more.
Oh yeah. I think that's all I have for you today.
All right.
Thank you everyone for joining us for another episode of Cultural Arts Talks. Please join us for another episode soon.
Peace.